Ray Schaefer. He's an idiot.
Honey, we're home right where you want us from 2 to 4, talking about whatever, sports and more. Yes, welcome to the show, and it's brought to you by St. Mary's Meats, the place to go for fresh cut meat. Nobody beats AJ's Meat. It is show number, okay, I have show number 4. What the heck did I put on my sheet? Any idea what show number this is, Hollywood?
46?
I don't know. We're in the 40s. Anyway, I'll look at it during the break. I don't know. Whatever. We don't care. We're just here to have fun, and hopefully you're going to be a part of it. The phone number is 877-909-1007.
Yeah, 46.
It is show 46. All right, I will write that down. Show 46. We are on our way, people. We are on our way. Ratings are up. 46 shows. Beautiful day. Denman's going to go play some golf. This is awesome. All right. The excitement of the new Pope has not slowed down at all. I don't know if you've been paying attention to this. The excitement is, never had an American Pope before in 2,000 some years. And one TV network is quick on the draw with a new show. Check this out.
He's got a passion for Christ and the Bears. From the creators of Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, and Chicago Justice, it's Chicago Pope.
We're on a mission from God.
His blessed sacrament is a slice of deep dish pizza and a shot of Malort.
I'm planning on taking one of my Pope hats and putting a Bulls logo on it.
Chicago Pope, following a new episode of Chicago Transit Authority and Chicago Parking Enforcement, CBS tonight.
Boom, there you go. We are off and running on our Monday offering. Hopefully everybody listening and playing along is having a wonderful day. Let's say hello to the producer of this monstrosity, Chris.
Hollywood. What's up, then, man?
Well, what is up with me is I think everybody is curious as how Chris Hollywood is feeling. Last week, you were a little down, and, we're had you in the pints and prayers list all weekend long. So tell me where you're at. 10 being you feel awesome, 1 being stinkaroo. What's your number right now?
I'm a solid 7.
Okay, that's not bad. Yeah, I'm right in there. I mean, I over the weekend I had to suck it up, with Mother's Day and all that. But we had a good Mother's Day for my lovely bride Sharon, the mother of my 2 children that started their long journey in my loins. Anyway, did you see your mother yesterday?
Yeah, well, me and Mom and my grandmother went out Saturday to avoid all of the Sunday rush.
Okay, that's kind of nice. So where'd you guys go? Big boy?
No, we went to some jazz restaurant in Detroit. Still don't remember the name. But it was really nice. I was surprised.
So wait a minute. So you're sitting there and you're eating and they have jazz playing? Is that what it is? Like a live jazz band?
A live band, yeah.
That's kind of cool, dude. Just you and your mom and your grandma, or was like everybody there?
Me, Mom, Grandma, Kay, and my dad.
Nice. Are they getting pumped up? Are they getting pumped up for the wedding?
Yeah, I mean, right now we're just paying people. So everybody, we had a good discussion. My dad wants to wear, so my colors are black and white. Well, the guests are supposed to wear all black. Just all black.
Like Johnny Cash, the Man in Black.
Just black.
Okay. And so your dad
is having such a hard time with it, but my grandmother gives the greatest answers in the world.
And she said,
put on all black, just like I told you to. It's not about you. I was like, yeah, Grandma, get him. Yeah.
You know what? Even though, he's been under her tutelage his entire life, you're never out from under it. And so she had to set him straight. That is awesome. And how did he take it?
Yeah. What can you say?
Yeah, you can't say anything when your mom says that. So are you saying like black jacket, black shirt, black tie, black everything? Or is it just like...
I let him get away with wearing... My groomsmen are wearing white shirts, so I let him get away with wearing a white shirt, but everything else needs to be black. He wants to wear like a black and white bow tie. I'm like, bro.
No, bow tie. No, bow ties. No, I don't care. If they ever come back in, I don't care. I'll never do a bow tie. because it just doesn't. I don't know. I think the bow tie just screams, "I'm a nerd," or somebody love me. I mean, I don't know what the bow. And I know some guys can pull it off. I you know what? I need
nice in a bow tie.
Some guys can pull off the bow tie. Now, if you're wearing a tux, yes, you wear a bow tie. But I'm talking about, like a just a regular suit or whatever. Yeah. Like the guys that wear bow ties, those guys are always creepers to me. I mean, they got stuff in their closet. If you looked at the photos on their cell phone, you'd be horrified. Those guys are trouble. They're flawed human beings, and we should be watching all of them. I'm just talking about the guys that wear bow ties outside of a tux. Okay.
Correct.
Just saying.
I agree.
Right, you can watch. Oh my gosh, we have 0 people watching right now. Are we on? That's weird. We're on the Ticket Facebook page. We're on X page. Yeah, we are at Denny Radio on X and at Denny Radio Podcast on YouTube. We have that's all right. We don't care because we're just here to have fun and screw around. I mean, I had a pretty good weekend. I wasn't feeling 100%. Friday was, it was good. Sister-in-law, brother-in-law come over to the house. And I had my first beverage in 40 days. My first beverage in 40 days. Actually, I followed it with 4 of them.
How did you feel after?
I felt fine. I mean, we were playing cards and having pizza, and beer is the way they have pizza in heaven. You have pizza and beer. Yeah. And then we played euchre after Scott and I went out and smoked a stogie and solved the problems of the world. It wasn't bad, I'm like
Friday night, right?
Friday night, Saturday, nothing on Saturday, even though I was offered a couple of times because we went to an air show party at Meredith Parnero, Rob and Michelle's house over by the airport. Okay. He bought me some Two Hearted. I'm like, nah, thank you. But I didn't do it because I'm just not going back to that, 3-4 times a week. I'm just not. Special occasion. Like Mother's Day. So like Mother's Day, we had a couple of beverages. The kids came over and we played euchre and all that. So it was good. Friday night, great euchre. Boys against the girls. Boys ruled. Girls drooled. Me and Scott I dealt myself, or no. He dealt me a loner I dealt myself a loner. And then he dealt himself a loner. We were down 9-2, and we came back, and we ended up winning. Yeah, it was awesome. I love you. Did you and Kay play euchre?
Not often.
Oh, euchre's the greatest game ever, man.
I don't play many card games. I'm more of a Connect 4 board game type of guy. Take the whole afternoon and play Monopoly.
Monopoly, Chutes and Ladders. You remember the Risk? I used to play Risk.
Oh, that was a good one.
Taking over the world. That was awesome. Anyway, so the air show. So we went to a party, and it was awesome. And did you see all the people whining and complaining because there were so many people there and they couldn't get in?
I heard about that. And okay. I could see it from my house, which was kind of weird. I saw planes all weekend long.
Could you see Russia from your house?
Maybe, if I get a telescope.
If it's clear. All right. So here's the thing I just want to say. Listen, I wasn't out there, so I don't know for sure. But this isn't the first rodeo for the Toledo Air Show, okay? The Toledo Air Show has been around for a long, long time. And, they've done this before, okay? Mm-hmm. So let's just get that on. To think that all of a sudden they forgot how to run this event and they didn't have proper things set up is hard for me to believe. Okay.
Now, I'm not to get in and out of that airport. It's not a lot of space.
Well, true, but if you know where you're supposed to go and you go there and avoid trying to park at the airport, things would be a lot smoother. Things would be a lot better. That's all I'm saying, Hollywood. I'm not saying that it was the people who screwed up, but yeah, I kind of am. Okay. Yeah. The people that don't have their tickets loaded on their phones, okay, that's going to be a problem because you're going to slow the line down, you dipsy doodle. I mean, that's just the way it is. You have got to come prepared and ready to go. You got to be focused. You got to know where you're supposed to go, and you need to get there at a proper time. Now, I will not give the air show a break on $4 bottles of water. $5 for a pop. Hot dogs, I think, were I don't know if it was hot dogs or burgers. Must have been burgers. $12.
Sheesh. So
For what?
were downtown prices pretty much.
Oh yeah. It's like going to Mud Hens game.
Gotcha.
You're gonna be. Well, it kind of does. And I don't know how much it cost to get in there, but it had to be what, 15, 20, $25, I think.
$20, yeah. It wasn't super expensive. You can get a 4-pack of tickets like $15 each if you bought them early.
And it stinks. So the station, the company, Cumulus, gave tickets away. I don't know why we didn't have any. Well, I wonder why we didn't have any.
We gave them away before our show. It was probably in the early stages of our show.
We did? We gave it. The only thing I remember.
Us, but
okay.
That's when the giveaways were.
Okay. Oh, is that what it was? Because here's the thing. We get an email Saturday. Did you see it? Yeah. Hey, some listeners didn't pick up the tickets. If you want, there's free parking pass and free tickets to. And I'm like, why do people win tickets and then not follow through and pick them up?
Yeah.
I don't get that.
Sometimes I think we send out emails for your tickets and it gets confusing.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. But sometimes you gotta come down and pick them up, which is kind of a pain in the butt. I get that, but they're free.
Yeah.
And the thing that irritates the crap out of me is when somebody calls up to win a prize and they're like, all right, great. All right. Thank you. What did I win? They don't even know what they won. They just said, hey, take the first caller, third caller, fifth caller, whatever. And they call because I want to win. And then they don't even know what they won. They don't even know if they have the day off. They don't even know if they can go. They don't even know if they like whatever the prize is. And it's like, you prize hooer.
Yeah, that's usually the worst.
Yeah, let the people win that want to win. Anyway, if you got any comments about that, about the air show, you can text or you can do something crazy on a Monday. You can call the show, 877-909-1007. All right, let's just start with this. That would be the Toledo Walleye game Saturday night. Wow. Did you end up working at the club Saturday?
Yes, I did go Saturday. I started feeling better. I took the night off Thursday and Friday, surprisingly. They were kind of sad about Friday.
Well, I bet they were, because you're the eye candy. You're the draw. You're the reason why everybody comes into the club.
Yeah. Saturday was fun, though.
Good.
Actually, the whole Saturday I'd like to talk about, but we can start with this. Because as I was coming downtown looked like it had been insane all day.
Well, it probably was, because you had the Walleye at 7, whatever it was, 7:15, whatever the puck dropped. Mud Hens was at 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so you had people down there, probably downtown got rocking by like 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah, because I got there at 10 and they were coming out of Huntington. Horns were beeping. I didn't even have to ask.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yeah.
You take any pictures? Take any picches of all these drunks?
You have, huh?
Yeah, for the our ticket Facebook page. Come on,
I'll do that next time. I got you.
Okay. Well, Kansas City, they're pretty tough.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is, when you were coming into downtown at like 10:00 at night, downtown Toledo looked like it was halfway to being drunk and disorderly.
Yeah, good. That's what Saturday night should feel like, man.
Yeah, downtown should be rocking. I mean, there's no way you can get around it when you got a Mud Hens game. Probably, I think they said like 8,000 or 7,000 at the Mud Hens game. You had over 8,000 for the Walleye. So you get 15,000 people all coming down there. I tell you, the guys who are making bank are the people that own the parking lots.
Oh, for sure.
So where do you park at? Because you had a club. It's by the Valentine, which is right there. Where are you parking?
There's always someone leaving as I pull in. I got good luck when it comes to parking, man. Never pay.
Seriously? And you don't pay?
No.
So you park on the street?
Yeah.
You're a luck sex, what you are. You are anointed by the Lord is what you are, dude.
Hey,
that is awesome. So good. All right. Anything else about Saturday night you wanted to mention?
No. We can talk about the full day as we go through the show because I was right for once about basketball. Just saying.
What are you talking about? Saturday?
We'll get to it.
You were right. Are you insinuating that I was wrong?
No, I didn't say anything about anyone else. I'm just saying that
All right, the Walleye advanced to the Western Conference Finals, 5th consecutive postseason, which is awesome. Veteran Tyler Spezia and rookie Dylan Moulton each scored 2 goals, Game 6 of the finals on Saturday night at the HC. Toledo rallied from 2-1 goal deficits to beat Fort Wayne, 5-3, dirty players, and eliminate their rival, the Comets, from Kelly Cup playoffs again. Behind 2-1 in the division finals, the Walleye won 3 games in a row, and they clinched it 4-2. Jordan Strack sends his apologies. He was going to be on with us today, but he's getting ready to go to Kansas City.
Okay.
So he's going to be out there for the first couple games. So we'll have him on sometime this week. Jordan Strack will be on. Because that's what they're playing. They're playing the Kansas City Mavericks in the Western Conference Finals. Kansas City swept the expansion Tahoe Night Monsters in the Mountain Division Finals. Toledo also faced the Mavericks in the conference finals last postseason. Didn't work out so well. Kansas City beat them in 6 games, so they knocked them out 4-2. But Saturday night's game is scoreless first period. Toledo Fort Wayne combined for 5 goals in the second period. The line of Spezia, Bliss, and Hawk combined for 10 points. But when Spezia scored on the first shot of the third period to put the Walleye up 4-2, the crowd of 8,300 at the Bank Tank went wild. They went crazy, of course. You'd expect that. Toledo advanced to the Kelly Cup Finals in 2019 and in 2022, but they haven't won them, which stinks, but whatever. The Walleye have lost in the conference finals the past 2 seasons. The Walleye did not play Kansas City in the regular season. Last year, Toledo dropped the first 2 games of the Mavericks at home and lost the series 4-2. Now, they got to get one of the 2.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is. And I mean, I don't know if Fort Wayne played Kansas City, because I'd like to know, how they did against Kansas City, because maybe that would tell you, okay, if Fort Wayne split with them or whatever, Toledo's got a shot. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. So game 1 is Thursday in Kansas City. Game 2, May 17th at Kansas City, 7:05 game. Then back to Toodly-Doo on Tuesday, May 20th. Thursday, May 22nd, and Game 5, Saturday, May 24th, all at Toledo. Let's hope, they're still playing. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then they have to go all the way back to Kansas City, if they're still, if necessary, games 5, 6.
Take care of business. Still won, come home. If you win at least 2 at home,
yeah,
you go back, you finish the deal. I was proud of how they played this weekend, though. I did not want a Game 7.
I don't think anybody did, because Game 7, I mean, as fun, as intense that would be to watch that, I might even had to go to the game.
Yeah, even if I'm standing there.
Yeah, well, I know people, Chris. I'm kind of a big damn deal, Yeah. I know people. Hey, Jordan, it's Denny. You want me to be part of the broadcast? I need a ticket. He'd be like, no, I think we're good. Anyway, yeah, I would have got in, probably standing room only, but I would have got in just to be in there for Game 7. But quite honestly, I'm glad that we didn't have to do that, because it would have been tonight, right? Monday night.
Yeah,
I think Game 7 would have been tonight.
Been today.
So instead, see, I'm looking forward to having Jordan on, because I want to ask him about, okay, are they taking a bus to Kansas City? Are they flying? I mean, how is this all going to work? My guess is I don't think they're flying, because that would be pretty pricey, because you don't know who you're going to play. So it's not like 3 months ago you could get the best deal on flights. Chartering a plane would be crazy expensive. So my guess, it's luxury buses.
You can use the Red Wings plane. They're not using it.
Oh, dude, that's cold, man. Cold. You're hurting them, man. It's funny though. Hey, let's call the LH family. Hey, since you guys aren't using the plane, they even have a plane.
They should, yeah.
I don't know. I know the Pistons do. Round Ball 1 or something like that, or they used to. Bad Boys had a plane, a DC-9, I think it was. Not the biggest plane, but you know what? Who cares? It's your own, So anyway, very exciting times. We got from now till Thursday to get pumped up. So Maybe Tyler Segerman driving into work today will call the show and give us a little preview of the walleye. Who knows? Since he was listening on Friday on his way into work, which totally cracked me up.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. You know, this show, it might be surprising a lot of people, but I'm not sure it's surprising me and you.
No, we knew this from January, man.
Yeah, we knew that we was going to kill it. So, all right, do you want my disco party update now or you want to wait?
Let's do it.
All right, let's
we're cutting close.
Are we cutting close?
Yeah, we're fine, but
hey, Chris,
we can break if not.
From 2 to 4, we can do what we want. Well, because you know what we're going to come back and talk about, don't you? We're going to talk about last night's NBA game.
They just plain sucked. Well, I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
I've been watching a lot of basketball my entire life. A lot of NBA basketball. And I had no words for what I saw last night. I just can't believe that professional athletes paid millions and millions of dollars would be behind by 41 points at frickin' halftime or whatever it was. How can that be? How? Anyway, so yeah. All right, we'll break. We'll come back. We'll talk about, I have a disco party update. It's very exciting. And I have, we'll talk about the friggin' Cavs and good night numbers.
Stuff to get to. We got a lot to get to.
Yeah, we do. We got a lot to cover. Text, we got Barry, he's already stopping by with a text. So don't move. Denny Radio Sports and More is live on 100.7 The Ticket.
Denny Radio. Call or text the show 877-909-1007. Sports and More on 100.7 The Ticket.
Why'd I go to the doctor?
3 minutes.
My heart would race just taking my son to practice. It didn't feel right. So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I was pretty hungry and looking at a menu when I named my boat Change Your Tuna. The backup names were Trick or Trout, I Salmonly Swear, and, oh, it gets worse, New Squid on the Block. It wasn't my best day.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it. And start with a quote from Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Craving something sweet? The Peach Cobbler Factory has warm cobblers with ice cream, sweet cinnamon rolls, pudding shakes, and more. Head over to this station's site for your delicious sweet deal. Buy 25, get 50 in the French Quarter Square, Perrysburg. The Peach Cobbler Factory.
Oak Harbor Golf Club, an 18-hole scenic championship course, was built on the banks of the Portage River and has been a Northwest Ohio destination since 1964. Oak Harbor Golf Club is a great destination for bachelor parties. Located just 20 minutes from the Jet Express dock, get your buddies together and play around before you head over to the islands to celebrate. Make sure you stop by the Village Grill and Patio to check out food and beverage specials before you hit the course. Find your next tee time today at oakharbor.golfclub.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/score. That's ethos.com/score.
Searching for the best place to get both classic and creative pizzas? Visit Pizza Cat and build your pizza as weird as you want it. Earn perks towards future orders by visiting pizzacat.com. Now with 2 Toledo locations, one on Monroe Street and one on McCord. Pizza Cat, keep pizza weird.
No cats have ever been harmed in the making of this pizza. Denny Schaefer.
You have a power, an amazing power.
He's an idiot.
DennyRadio Sports and More on 100.7 The Ticket.
I do. I have an amazing power, but I just want to let everybody know that I will always use that power for good and never for evil. All right, let's just talk about it. Oh no, wait. I'm gonna hold off on the Cavs debacle, whatever that was. I want to talk about the disco party.
There we go.
The now sold out all the tables disco party.
Hey.
Yes. Sold out. There are no tables left, people. I'm sorry, you missed out. No tables left. All the silver tables, 32, gone. All the gold circle tables, 96, gone.
Congratulations, man.
I'm getting chills, quite honestly. What do you think of my mixing ability there? You liking my little mix tape I got?
I like the way it's starting out.
So, it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Do you know who this song is? Do you know who does this song?
This one, no.
Donna Summer.
September, though.
Donna Summer. Yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Donna Summer. Oh, so good.
My grandparents took me to an Earth, Wind, and Fire concert.
Did they?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I bet you loved it. Anyway, all the tables are gone, people. I'm sorry to say. I've been telling you for weeks. And we had 3 on Friday. And I go up on the site today, and I'm like, I don't think there's any tables left. So I emailed Corinne over to Mud Hens, and I said, hey, just so I don't make a fool of myself, which I normally do from 2 to 4 every day. Is this right? All the tables are gone? She says, yes, they are. There's only 159 general admission tickets left. Yeah, so if you plan on putting on them boogie shows with me on the 6th, you better get on the general admission tickets. They're $25. Proceeds goes to Little Blessings Veteran Outreach. It's going to be a party, except Chris is not going to be there, which hurts me because we're going to do a really cool open, and that's all I'm going to say because we've done some cool opens in the past.
Are you going to stream it?
No.
No?
We might. We might. Well, we don't own the rights to the music, so they just bounce you anyway.
Oh, you got to find the right service. I'll show you.
Okay, I don't want to do anything dishonest, Chris. Mister, I've got 47 emails and I never pay for any streaming services.
Free trial.
I think what we're going to do is we'll definitely stream the open.
Okay.
Just so people can, get a vibe for that. Like you're going to give a rip, dude. You're going to be liquored in Miami with all your boys, your bachelor party weekend.
Yeah, I'll just join in on the live. And
okay. Yeah.
I'll have on sunglasses. People won't be able to tell too much.
Dude, by 8 o'clock, you're going to be so liquored, you're not even going to be able to know how to work your phone. Kidding me? All right, Chris, explain it to me. How does the team that has the best record in the Eastern Conference, how are they down by 41 points at halftime?
They just plain sucked. I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
You got an answer for that?
Well, let's start on Friday.
Okay.
They played a great game.
Oh, they did. They really did. They came out and they played like the Cavs. They their business. Their big men were involved. And it was great to see, them playing the way that we know they can play. So yes, that was awesome. And then, there's going to be a little letdown on the next game, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But that?
Yeah, reality set back in. And what I said at the beginning of this series is the Pacers are scary.
They are.
Ended the season really well. Donovan Mitchell came out. He got a funky, I don't know if he retweaked the calf or it's the ankle, but he was shooting around. I saw them go to that at halftime, and I said, yep, this one was already over. But
Yeah.
I said there is no shot at a comeback. And when do they play again? I want to say
They
that's
play tomorrow night.
tomorrow.
Yep. Says Coach Kenny Atkinson says his all-star guard will have an MRI today. Do we know if they put anything? They're not going to release anything, right? If the MRI, they won't do that. We'll find out at game time.
Yeah, it's looking scary for the Cavs because now you got to win 3 straight.
Yeah, you got to win at home. Okay, that's doable.
Possible.
But then you got to win game 6, and then you got to come back and win game 7.
Now, if you get it to 7,
and injuries.
Yeah, if you get it to 7, the pressure is back on the Pacers. But right now, the Pacers are playing with house money. That's a tough squad. Halliburton hasn't had his best game yet.
He hasn't. So that's he's going to break out. You watch.
Hey man, I told you on Monday we'd come back here and it'd be 3-1. But
I'm just shocked by that. I thought they were going to tie it up 2-2. I really did, especially after Friday night. I mean, that was and they just were not to be denied. And then
have you ever took a Red Bull or like a 5-hour energy?
Right.
Have you ever took one of those?
Have I? I tried a Red Bull like when they first came out 100 years ago, and I'm like, this is crap. No, I never have.
A shot of energy, and then boom, you crash. And that was game 3 and 4. It was like 3, adding back our players. Garland came back. They were looking good. I'm like, yeah, game 4, they're about to get stumped.
And Garland got his 21 points, even though he was hurting.
Yeah.
And then Mitchell tweaked an ankle or something, so he's got an MRI. And the 2 big men were non-freaking existent. What was going on in the middle?
I think they came into this series saying, we're going to handle business. We're worried about Boston or New York. And that's why they didn't have their guys play games 1 and 2. And now they're paying for it.
I don't know. I think they took him serious because when we were talking about it before the series started, all indications coming out of the Cavs camp was we can't take them lightly. They're a really good team, and they are. They're good enough to win the Eastern Conference. If they get a little luck, they could. With some luck, they could because they're young and they're athletic and they don't know any better.
Yeah,
they don't know that they're not supposed to win yet. Because they're young and they got some good players. So, and they're deep and they have a great coach. And, and I'm looking at Carlisle, I'm thinking, why did the Pistons ever get rid of him?
We went through that stinky period.
Yeah, well, it's not
where we got old and the Eastern Conference Finals weren't good enough. Kind of like how Steelers fans feel about Tomlin.
Yeah,
sometimes when you're really good, not getting over the hump isn't good enough.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for, people. I'm serious. Yeah, you do get spoiled. All right, did I send you the story from Terry Pluto from Cleveland.com? It was titled Embarrassing, Too Kind of a Word for Cavs. Now, I can't imagine that the players are, getting up today and grabbing, going up on Cleveland.com to read what Terry Pluto is saying, but he just ripped them. I mean, it's just hard. He says this game was so bad, the Cavs had more turnovers, 14, than field goals, 8 in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, that's truth, though. I mean, he's not being mean. He's just stating the facts. The 41-point halftime lead was the largest in playoff history. Evan Mobley made Cleveland's first shot of the game, a three-pointer. He took only 2 more shots, missing them both. At the half, he had 2 rebounds and 3 points in 20 invisible minutes. Jared Allen played 15 and a half minutes, had 1 more rebound than any of you reading this story. That's right. He had 1 board and 2 points, both free throws in 15 minutes. It was the big man. They were non-existent.
Yeah, it was very soft.
Together, the big man had 5 points and 3 rebounds in 35 minutes. Cavs were dribbling balls off their own feet. They were firing low bounce passes to big men below their knees. They were whipping high passes to seemingly no one. Oh, my gosh, this guy's crushing them. They had the collective attention span of a gnat. Okay, do you got to go there?
Yeah, you do, because that second quarter was terrible. Like, I wanted to cut my TV off. I'm like, I wish there was something else on. The second quarter was the worst. The first quarter, I was like, oh, they started slow.
Turn on American Idol. American Idol was on. Dude, I turned it off. And I'm like, this is just, it's unwatchable. So I turned it off, put on my CPAP machine, and drifted off to bed. I mean, there was no way they were coming back when they were down by 41 at freaking halftime. That's just, it's not going to happen.
It's a very rough game.
Yeah, it was very. And then he says the Cavs acted like this was a summer league or perhaps a bad pickup game. Now we'll see what kind of character the Cavs have in Game 5 at Rocket Arena on Tuesday, because another effort even close to this would be, well, you know the word, embarrassing in the end of this season. So, do the Cavs lose, or are you going to wait till tomorrow before you make your prediction?
I think they're gonna take care of business in Cleveland. They'll lose in
Indy in Game 6.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just
if Donovan doesn't play, though, it's over.
Yeah, if he doesn't play, but I got a feeling he's going to play. I mean, that dude's a warrior.
Now, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Injuries kind of ruined the momentum, but they peaked early. I told you at the beginning, I didn't believe in the Cavs.
I know.
Hey, man.
They have talent. You got to admit, they do have talent. But you know, if their big men aren't playing well and they're not getting help off the bench, then they're screwed.
This NBA regular season, more than ever, being the top 2-3 seeds, it didn't really mean you're the best team in the league.
No.
Yeah.
Not really.
You were probably the more consistent team, though. I'll give them that.
Well, I just wanted to win a championship without LeBron, and maybe they're still a year away. Maybe
it'll never happen. They barely won the championship with LeBron. Do you remember that?
I do.
Down 3-1.
I do. Anyway,
those were acts of God in order for them to win.
I know. First championship to Cleveland in like 1,000 years in any sport. Anyway, all right. The other game, OKC, the Thunder beat the Nuggets last night, 92-87 to win Game 4. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scored 9 of his 25 points in the fourth quarter. That series is tied 2-2. That's an interesting series. Game 5 is Tuesday. What's that?
That's the best series right now.
Yeah, I think it is too. They're tied 2-2, but Tuesday night, 9:30. So after the Cleveland game, stay up and watch that. 2 games tonight. Oh, I'll be watching. 7:30, Celtics at the Knicks. Knicks lead 2-1. Then you got the Timberwolves at the Golden State Warriors. Timberwolves lead that series 2-1. Does Boston tie it up tonight, or are you going to wait till later on in the show?
I can wait if you want me to.
No.
I got Boston winning tonight. I got Boston winning easily tonight.
Boston winning easily? Okay. I just don't understand how bad Brunson can be at home. You know?
Yeah, but Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum haven't went off yet, and they're due for one.
Okay.
Last game, the other night was the role players. A lot of Pritchard. They played a good game. They shot better from 3. If they can hit the threes, they're hard to beat, but I don't see you staying this cold this long.
Well, we'll see. And I just don't see how the Knicks can be so bad at home. I mean, that's a head scratcher right there, or a butt scratcher, depending on what you want to scratch.
I mean, the Pistons took care of business in New York.
I know. Yeah.
So,
hey, Pistons are a good team. Don't be knocking my Pistons. They're good on the road.
I will say, when we first started, when you were like, "Oh, this will show me," I do feel better about the Pistons.
I do too. With every Knick victory. All right, tonight. No Steph. I don't think they're going to be able to do it.
It's
maybe
possible.
It's possible,
but it's a long shot, man. When I was watching that game, I was like, they're staying in it, and they did a good job on Saturday night. That one I was watching while I was at the club, and it got tight, and I was like, they just don't have the manpower. Like Jimmy put up 33. You can't ask for more. Buddy Hield is going to give you about what a regular Buddy Hield game is. It's 14 points. Kuminga put up 30, and I was like, oh, this isn't enough. They're not going to win.
No.
It may not get to game 6. And that's when they're saying Steph will come back at, what, 75%?
Possibly.
Yeah, so
I think they're done. Anyway, and you know what else is tonight? Which, I mean, I got excited about watching it last year only because the Pistons were in it. The NFL draft lottery is tonight at 7:00.
NBA. Yep.
What did I say?
NFL. I know we're ready for football season.
We have football news we're going to talk about later too, by the way. We have some football news. Maybe that's what it was. Yeah, NBA draft lottery tonight, 7:00. Basically, it just shows you who's picking first, second, third, for the first, 13, whatever it is. Cooper Flagg, obviously, is he's going to be the number one pick, but we won't find out where he goes until June, when the actual draft is, June 25th, 26th. But you got the Jazz, the Washington Wizards, the Hornets have the best option or best percentage of picking first, and then the Pelicans and the 76ers. The good news is the Pistons were too good. They they were in the playoffs. And so if you're in the playoffs, you're not in the lottery, and they don't have any drafts, or they didn't make any deals like a year ago. So, or in the past. So the lottery is only for the teams that really, really suck.
Who do you want to get the first pick?
Honestly, I don't really care. I like the Pelicans only because I lived in New Orleans for a while, and I was down there when what's his name is down there, AD, and that was really fun watching Anthony Davis courtside. I mean, he was so big, and it was awesome watching him play. And it was, and then when they drafted what's his name, who's always hurt all the freaking time. Anyway, Zion Williamson. Yeah. Anyway, I still kind of like the Pelicans, and I interviewed Monty Williams a number of times when I was down there. Even though I don't even think he's in coaching anymore. Is he? Because he got paid by the Patriots to go away. Yeah. But I mean, I'd like the Pelicans, but it is what it is, and we'll find out tonight. So there you go. All right, let's get to a break. We are going to come back. I see I have a text, so we'll take a look at that. And we have where is it?
Asshat
of the day. And he's a nerd, and we'll explain that. I put his picture up on our Facebook page, and we also have news quickies. So people, don't go anywhere. It's DennyRadio Sports More live on 100.7 The Ticket.
Denny Schaefer is bringing the thunder. Denny Radio is on 100.7 The Ticket.
Hey everyone, it's Adrian from St. Mary's Meats. Did you ever wonder where your meat comes from? Well, St. Mary's Meats does and cares. With all of our fresh and frozen meat selections cut weekly, as well as our 33 flavors of brats and 19 flavors of snack sticks made in-house, plus getting local beef, lamb, and hogs in, we care about our quality. We're located just west of Secord Metro Park. Check St. Mary's Meats out on Facebook, and remember, we're killing it and you're grilling it.
Feeling run down? Discover Prime IV Hydration and Wellness, Perrysburg, in the shops at River Place. Our IV drips are a fast, effective, holistic way to deliver and absorb 100% of the nutrients straight into your bloodstream. Try the Glow Drip for anti-aging and the Immunity Armor Drip to boost your defenses. Ask about our membership club for exclusive specials. Visit PrimeIVHydration.com or call 419-614-6343. Prime IV Hydration and Wellness. Your path to better health starts here.
Toledo, mark your calendars. Family Day at the Greater Toledo Classic is on Sunday, July 27th at Highland Meadows Golf Club. Thanks to Erie Home, families get in free. That's free admission, free parking, and buy one, get one free hot dogs. Make memories with the whole family this summer and watch, for the first time ever, 2 champions crowned after the final round. Don't miss out. Head to ToledoClassic.com for all the details. Family Day, presented by Erie Home, Sunday, July 27th at the Greater Toledo Classic.
The future is bright, Dundee. Matthew.
And Bronda here from Williams Brothers, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
It's graduation season.
But you can leave the cap and gown at home.
Because this month we're helping people graduate from their old rides.
That's right. We'll help you save up to $4,000 on a new Jeep.
Based on the price of the Jeep that you pick during my Jeep Celebration sales event.
So if you're ready for a fresh start,
graduate from your old ride.
And save up to $4,000 on a car you can be proud of.
Plus, here at Williams Brothers, we're all about acceptance and affordability. Our solution specialists are on the honor roll.
We work hard hard to help you find a car you love
for a monthly payment you can afford.
without all the pomp and circumstance. So even if your old ride's not a 4.0,
Ditch it like the last day of class.
and save up to $4,000.
Based on the price of the new Jeep you pick.
Plus, bring in your diploma and get an extra $1,000 off.
But hurry.
Classes end soon, and so will this deal.
I'm Matthew.
And I'm Rhonda.
And we're your dealers for the people. See all our smart rides at WBDundeeDeals.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Negative equity may be refinanced. Vehicle purchase price determines actual discount. Offer absolutely ends on May 31st, 2025.
The only 3 words you need to know. Alan Miller Jewelers.
If she wants diamonds, you want Alan Miller Jewelers at Navarre and Coy in Oregon. Alan Miller here to tell you about our bigger, brighter, beautiful Starfire man-made diamonds at Alan Miller Jewelers. Some say they have the largest selection. Some say they have the lowest prices.
Grandpa, you have a huge selection of diamonds and your prices are so low.
Jacob, my prices are so low, I can't even say it on the radio. You must come in and see for yourself. You won't believe the selection and prices.
Grandpa, how do you do it?
Well, Jacob, I am the king of diamonds. For the right diamond at the right price, come see me, Alan Miller. Whether it's a Starfire man-made diamond, an earth-grown diamond, or a loose diamond, we have it all at Alan Miller Jewelers.
The only 3 words you need to know. Alan Miller Jewelers.
The National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum in Cooperstown. Relive baseball's greatest moments, connect with the national pastime, and honor the all-time greats of the game. Plan your family visit today at baseballhall.org.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
ESPN 100.7, The Ticket. And now, a public service announcement from Denny Radio.
So you think I'm a loser? Just because I have a stinking job that I hate? A whole city that curses the day I was born? Well, that may mean loser to you, but let me tell you something. Every morning when I wake up, I know it's not going to get any better until I go back to sleeping. But I'm not a loser. Because despite it all, me and every other guy who will never be what he wanted to be are still out there being what we don't want to be 40 hours a week for life. Makes me a winner.
We are the champions.
Sports and more on 100.7 The Ticket.
Nice work, dude. I love that.
Hey, man, that's one of my faves.
That is awesome. All right, we're winding down hour number 1. Denny Radio Sports More, 877-909-1007. Superfan Lodo Joe, he says, if the weather was a woman, it would be 80s era Heather Locklear in a string bikini sitting on your deck with a cooler full of beer getting ready to light your cigar. I'm like, wait a minute, dude, you're sitting on your deck right now and you're getting ready to have a cigar, or is this fantasy of Heather Locklear sitting on your deck with beer? And I need more information, Lodo Joe. And if it's you, send me a picture of you sitting on your deck lighting a fatty. So I'll probably have 1 or 2 on the golf course today. So there you go. All right, you can be like Lodo Joe. Call or text 877-909-1007. And before we do, there we go. We've got the my favorites of the day. We actually have a runner-up, a Toledo runner-up. Let me start with a runner-up, okay? I don't know her name, so, and she's probably lying. So the runner-up comes from Toledo. Toledo woman told officers she crashed her car after she noticed there was a spider and tried to get it, according to the police report. Police officers said that they were called to the intersection of North Fearing Boulevard and Brown Avenue Saturday about 10:30 p.m. The vehicle crashed into the overhead rail bridge support beam on Fearing, police say. An officer said he asked the 40-year-old driver what happened, to which she responded, "There was a spider in the car, and I tried to get it." The woman appeared to have a broken wrist. She was taken to a hospital for treatment. Toledo police cited the driver for failure to control. Okay, did they test her for alcohol and drugs?
You've never had that happen to you before?
A spider?
Yeah.
In the car?
In the car.
Yeah, I've had that happen before, but I never lost control of the car.
You're not scared of spiders then?
No, not at all. Now, if it's a snake, I'm out of my mind. I'm driving into something. I'm driving into a tree. You know, snakes. I can't do snakes. I'm like Indiana Jones. No. Spiders all day. Spiders and crawly things, not a problem.
Bees. Are you good with bees?
I don't like being stung, but yeah, they don't bother me.
Okay.
The only thing that bothers me is snakes. I mean, I can deal with rodents and whatever.
Yeah, once she said spider, you get a pass. I don't think you should have crashed the car, but I've almost made some reckless operational moves with the spider in the car before, for sure.
Wow. Okay. There you go.
Especially a big spider.
A little peek behind the curtain of Chris Hollywood. He's a little wussy boy when it comes to
not like a little daddy long legs, but like those big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of those, man, we live down south, man. Some of those spiders down there are huge.
Yeah, that's why.
But still, it is killing.
Texas and those snakes, man. It's different.
So one time we were on the air when I was on 105.5 when I first came back in 2015. And Susie used to sit right across from me in the console, and then Trisha next to her. Anyway, and so a spider dropped. I'm doing a break. A spider just came right down a web right in front of me. Okay, and Susie loves all animals and all insects and all everything, anything that's, God's creatures. So whenever we would find a spider or a beetle or, a June bug or something like that in the studio, she would put it on a napkin and she would carry it out and she'd be talking to it. Oh, little buddy, here, we'll get you outside, all that crap. So this spider is probably a medium-sized spider, and it comes down, and I didn't want her to see it. And so it just came down, and I just reached up and snatched it with my hand and just squeezed and crushed it in my hand. Well, she saw it, and you would think that I just shot her little brother. I mean, she lost her mind, and she was like, why? Oh, it was actually a pretty funny break. Probably the only funny break I did over there in the, 5 years I was on the air there. Or whatever it was. I don't know how many years it was. 3. Anyhow.
Yeah, insects aren't welcome in my home.
Yeah, mine either. All right, let's get to the actual ass hat. The force is definitely not with this guy. He's a 25-year-old dude from Nebraska. His name's Aiden White. That's whose picture's up on our Ticket Facebook page. He got arrested because he attacked his 37-year-old female neighbor and her 7-year-old daughter with a Star Wars lightsaber.
Asshat.
So he's a giant friggin' nerd. He first struck the little girl when she was out playing with her friends. Her mom confronted him, and then he dropped some F-bombs, and he hit her in the arm and the shoulder with the lightsaber. Both the mom and daughter say he hit him with enough that it was painful. The lightsaber is described as a higher quality device, approximately 3.5 foot long, constructed of metal and thick plastic.
Asshat.
A deputy noted, it could cause significant pain and injury when used to strike an individual. So the police were called. And Aiden's like, yeah, I did it. He told the cops that he was upset with the victims because his rent was going to be raised because the victims kept a shared thermostat and they kept it too high. So it was going to cost him money. So he thought the way to handle that is to attack the neighbors with a Star Wars lightsaber.
Asshat.
Yeah. Well, now he's got bigger problems. I don't think he really thought through this because now he's been charged with 2 felonies, which is going to be expensive. Oh, child abuse and 2nd-degree assault. So now he's got to get an attorney, or I guess one would be appointed for him.
You're probably getting kicked out too.
Oh, yeah. But the best part of his day, Aiden White, you are the
asshat
of the day.
Congratulations.
Yes. It's a very, very nice coveted award that everybody wants and not everybody gets.
It's hard to earn, honestly.
It is.
There's a lot of crazy things we see.
Yeah, I mean, the spider thing was on the fence only because it was Toledo. So I'm like, I'm not going to make her the asshat. I'll just make her the runner-up.
Yeah.
In case the actual asshat of the day cannot handle his obligation of being the asshat of the day, she's got to jump in.
And we need to start doing like, where are they now for our asshats too? You know?
Oh, we do. We a lot of times there'll be an update, and that's that update when they go to trial or something like that. So you just stay tuned, dude.
Gotcha.
You just keep doing what you're doing, huh? Producing this awesome radio show. All right, it's time for some news quickies, ladies and gentlemen. Then we're going to get to a break, and then we're going to talk about. Then we're coming back with another hour of sports and more, I guess. So here we go. You got the teletype thing going underneath me. It doesn't matter because I can't hear it anyway. The new Pope's from Chicago. Everybody knows that, which is why the entire city of Green Bay, Wisconsin just switched to Protestant. Now that the new Pope is from Chicago, it means the Vatican will start serving deep dish communion wafers. And an old photo surfaced of the Pope at a White Sox game. He not only talks about hell, he's experienced it.
Welcome to hell.
Yeah, White Sox, not very good team. And finally, a Soviet-era spacecraft crashed to Earth after 53 years in orbit. It's the most dramatic crash and burn since Shadur Sanders. Yes, they are. The Browns are a dumpster fire. But we have some NFL news to talk about. And I think that's a good segue. I think we'll come back and talk about number 12 for the Browns. Plus, I got a really cute Mother's Day story that happened at the Tigers game on Sunday on Mother's Day. So we'll do those next hour and, maybe another text or a phone call. And, Lodo Joe says, it's a fantasy, damn it. I'm still at work. Oh, well, that stinks. Whatever. All right. Hour 2 coming back right after this on 100.7 The Ticket.
Denny Radio. Call or text the show 877-909-1007. Sports and more on 100.7 The Ticket.
Looking for a fun night out that sparks your creativity? Head to Board and Brush, where DIY meets wine and good times. Choose your project from personalized wood signs and trays to doormats and more. Perfect for bridal showers, team building, birthdays, or just a fun night out with your friends. Book a workshop, grab a drink, and create something amazing. No time to attend? You can order a custom project that will be made for you. Visit Board and Brush Creative Studio or book at boardandbrush.com/Sylvania. And let the fun begin.
How do you know it's the best internet? Because it's from Buckeye Broadband, your #1 local choice. Get this area's fastest internet, starting at only $29.99 a month. Buckeye Broadband is this region's only 10-gig fiber optic network, bringing you unmatched speed and reliability. And now, save money on your mobile phone bill. Get reliable, unlimited talk and text with Max Mobile from Buckeye Broadband. All you bring is your current phone. Don't wait. Call, click, or stop in today. Call 419-724-9800. Some restrictions apply. Visit BuckeyeBroadband.com for complete offer details.
You make the best burgers in town, and customers love them. But when you're busy running your business, keeping up with reviews isn't easy. You need a boost. Cumulus Boost helps you collect, manage, and showcase reviews, so more customers find you. Learn more at CumulusBoost.com.
I think we were a sponsor.
Weather from Jim White Toyota Weather Center. Great offers on new 2025 Toyotas arriving daily. Right car, right price.
I wonder.
After a cool start, it'll warm up big time for today with a high around 82 degrees.
No.
We will have increasing clouds for the day today and a chance for a few showers overnight tonight with a low down to 62. For tomorrow, scattered showers and storms are likely, especially for the afternoon, while the high around 75. And the First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Ross Sullick.
Many of our U.S. veterans and service members face challenges, mental health struggles, housing obstacles, food insecurity, and social isolation, to name just a few. I'm Bob Woodruff. My family and I started the Bob Woodruff Foundation in 2006 after I sustained a life-threatening injury while reporting from Iraq. Our service members had my back that day, and we need to have theirs now more than ever. At our foundation, we invest in solutions, so learn more about our work at bobwoodrufffoundation.org/success.
His store and more, the Man Superstore Studios. This is 100.7 WQQO HD2 Sylvania, Toledo, a Cumulus Media station.
We are the Veterans Health Administration, and our hands provide life-changing care to over 9 million veterans across more than 1,200 facilities nationwide. Join hands with us to make an impact in your community. Learn more at vacareers.va.gov.
Toledo's sports leader, ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
This is SportsCenter.
I'm Christine Lisi. A massive domino will fall this NBA offseason.
For the first time in his career, Giannis Antetokounmpo is open-minded about exploring whether his best long-term fit is staying with Milwaukee or playing elsewhere, reports ESPN's Shams Charania. Reps for the two-time NBA MVP and Bucks will sit down this offseason to talk about the future. Shams also reports an MRI showed Cavaliers shooting guard Donovan Mitchell aggravated a previous ankle injury last night. He's expected to be a game-time decision in a must-win in Game 5 of the East Semis tomorrow against the Pacers. NFL Bengals defensive end Trey Hendrickson told ESPN's Adam Schefter his camps had no communication with the team post-draft on a contract extension, and he placed the blame on Cincinnati for no longer communicating. The Browns needing safety depth, signing veteran DeMonte Casey.
Guess who's back? Back again. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
Danny Schaefer. He's an idiot.
It is number 2, boys and girls. DennyRadio Sports More, sponsored by St. Mary's Meats, the place to go for local fresh cut meat. Nobody beats AJ's Meat. Hey, if anybody was at the air show, call the show. I would love to get your perspective on the show, because I'm looking on the Toledo Air Show Facebook page. There's a lot of unhappy people, man. Missed most of the show because of the parking and traffic jam. Never even went into the event after the parking situation. Very unfair to spend that money on the tickets and not get to see any of what you paid to see. As far as I'm concerned, I think the tickets should be good for both days. Very poorly planned, big disaster. And that's one of the nicer ones, Hollywood. I mean, they're
ripping.
They are just Rip City. Sorry, it was the worst air show experience I've ever had. And I go to one air show every year.
Was there one last year?
I was a kid. No, they haven't had one since 2019 in Toledo.
Gotcha. That's probably why it's a little hiccup. Give it some time, folks.
I think it's I think for a lot of it, though, is people not being ready. Digital ticketing and things like that freaks people out, especially if you're old like me. You know, it's like, you're not used to Apple Wallet or whatever kind of phone you have to have tickets. You're like, I don't know, what happened to the tickets, and you don't have stuff ready. And it's, I don't have a credit card. I want to buy tickets. Well, it's cashless. There's no cash. We can't do that because you can't trust volunteers.
Yeah.
And then once you finally get in there and there wasn't enough water stations set up, just water. And when you finally did get up there, your waters were $4 for
it wasn't that hot this weekend, though.
No, it wasn't.
Saturday was warmer, or was that Friday?
Saturday was warmer. Saturday was really nice.
Yeah.
And then it was 77. So
gotta shoot him some bail. It's okay.
Yeah.
Maybe next year, guys.
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't know what the turnout was, but it had to be thousands of people. So there you go. All right, let's talk some NFL if you don't mind. Browns rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders talking about his new number. So he's been wearing number 2 for his entire football career. I think even in like Pee Wee and high school and all of that, and he settled on number 12. Well, because number 2 was taken by DeAndre Carter. You can't take a number. You're a rookie. You can't come in and go, oh yeah, I want that number. You know what you have to do, Chris? You have to buy it off the guy.
Yeah, and you're a 5th round draft pick.
Right. So
if you were the first pick, maybe.
If you make the team, then maybe you could work something out. I mean, there's no guarantee that he's going to make the team, is there?
He should. I mean, that quarterback room, it ain't a bunch of Russell Westbrooks. I said Westbrooks. Wilson.
Yeah, no, I knew who you meant. Russell Wilson, because you hate Russell Wilson.
He should be fine. He should at least, at bare minimum, be a backup.
Yeah. I mean, I think the NFL is not going to want him bounced. I mean, I think the NFL might put pressure on him saying, hey, you need to keep him on the team.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
He has the highest selling pre-orders.
Of all the rookies, of everybody. I mean, his jerseys are selling like crazy. So Cleveland, he's going to make the team. He'd be the clipboard guy.
I might get one. I might be a Browns fan this year.
Okay. Now you're talking crazy talk, dude. Aren't you wearing a Lions hat right now?
Yeah, I'm joking.
Okay, good.
I could care less about Cleveland.
I do root for Cleveland. I do.
They're like our step cousin.
Yeah. Because, you know, we haven't won a Super Bowl, neither have they.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
We stuck together.
So why did he? So it was day 2 when they did this story of rookies mini camp, and why did they take 12? Well, it was the best number available for me. That's it, is what he said. But he didn't connect it to the dots to one of his mentors, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Apparently, Tom Brady texted him some sage advice. The story says during the draft when he tumbled to the 5th round. You know what Brady told him? Dude, I went number 199 and I became the greatest of all time. And he says, well, that's my story. It's going to be similar. Oh, okay. Good luck. Sanders says, I was a late round draft pick, but we're here now. So none of that stuff matters. I'm just excited to be here and ready to work. So will he try to buy his trademark number 2 from Carter? Nope. He says, I'm not buying anything. He said with a laugh, he said, my signing bonus ain't that high right now. Well, he would have made more money if he would have stayed in college. He earned $6.5 million while he was at Colorado. $6.5 million. He was there for what, 1 year?
2.
Or 2 years. 6.5 mil. So I think he's probably got a little money to afford to buy that jersey if he wants to do it.
That's Deion's kid.
Yeah, it's Deion. So there you go. All right, it was released today. The schedule has not come out. The schedule, I believe, comes out Wednesday for the NFL.
Yeah, they're sprinkling out a few here and there for you guys.
Yeah, Philly is going to open it up Thursday Night Football. I want to say September 4th.
September
4th, I believe. Thursday, September 4th. The Eagles are going to host their nemesis, their rival, the Dallas Cowgirls in Philly.
I don't like that.
Why? Because they're division rivals?
Yeah, that's not. I don't want to start the season with a division game. That's tough.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't want the Lions to open up with the Bears or the Lions to open up with the Packers or any of that. I hope they're not going to do that.
Yeah, I don't like division games week 1. Save that for week 6.
Yeah. Let them get their legs under them, get them rolling before it, I mean, it all matters, but
people are going to watch. It's the first game of the year. It's Philly, Dallas. Like, I get it, but
Dallas has a new coach. So people are going to be curious to see if they're going to suck or not.
What little shot he does. I didn't like that hire, but hey.
Yeah, I'm just glad I'm not a Cowboy fan.
It has to suck.
Be a Cowboy fan?
Yeah, because they're like
Super Bowls, though, so you can't complain. They've got some Super Bowls.
But that's when I was new to Earth. Like
that's true.
That's not recent.
Not recent history, no. I don't remember the last time they won a Super Bowl.
96?
Really? Jimmy Johnson?
Yeah.
Or was it what's his name? Barry Switzer,
because Johnson won and then they fired him, and then Switzer
makes no sense.
Yeah.
And then Barry come in with his team, not even his team, and wins it.
Hey,
yeah.
Shout out to Jerry.
All I know is I am really looking for. I know this is silly, and I hope the schedule gets released before 2:00 on Wednesday, so we can talk about it on the show.
Yeah,
Tuesday, because I have an opportunity to see my buddy Rob from Meredith Party Rentals. His wife is a huge Packer fan, and they've rented an Airbnb, and they asked me to go, and a bunch of other people are going. A game in Green Bay, and the Bengals are playing. And I like the Bengals, okay? Steelers are my AFC team, but I'll root for the Bengals over the Packers all day, every day. So they're like, because I want to go. It's a silly bucket list. I'd like to go to Lambeau. I just want to go to a game, and I really don't want to go to a game when they're playing the Lions because I won't be able to relax because it's like I want the Lions to win. This one I can just go and have fun because I don't have any skin in the game, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I'm going to that one. And then the Bengals, I believe, are going to play the Lions this year in Cincy. We don't know yet. And I've been invited to that one too. That one will be a little different because I'll be rooting for my team and wearing all my gear.
Yeah, you got to be careful down there, man.
Cincinnati, are they jerks? Hey, I had a beer poured on me when I went to a Cleveland and Lions game. Some douche poured a beer on me because I was wearing my Lions coat. And Cleveland was winning. It's like, you're beating my team. Why are you throwing a beer on me? I was with Grizz from 94.5, and Grizz was ready to fight the guy.
I was going to say, that's a nice tandem, you two. Y'all could have took them.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't a problem. Here's the deal. They were sitting way above us in the overhang, and we couldn't see who did it. Yeah, Grizz went up there. He was not happy. So, but anyway, it is what it is. I'm told Green Bay fans are really nice to whoever comes in.
I don't know about Lions fans, though.
Yeah, I don't know either. Down in Cincy, I don't know what the Cincy fans will do. Who knows?
It gets a little rambunctious. It's not really the game. It's the let out.
Isn't it a shame? Because, they're going to pick on somebody like me being old and gray hair. They're like, let's beat up the old man wearing the Lions.
They'll leave you alone.
Well, because I'll be with Bengals fans.
Yeah.
And he's a feisty bastard. So it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, Dallas playing, I don't care who they're playing. Did you see the Michigan Panthers?
I didn't watch.
Dude, they won. And who did they play?
Were they home this week?
Yeah, they were on, was it Saturday?
Man, downtown was.
Oh, yeah, you wouldn't have.
There was a headache, so yeah.
Yeah, the Michigan Panthers, it was unbelievable. They were losing the entire game, and they come back and they win it right at the end because they got some funky rules where you can go for a three where you can go for three after you score.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they ended up over Arlington, and they won 25-24.
I like the league. It's just.
It's what?
It's the timing.
Dude,
right now I'm in basketball mode.
I know, but you know what? There was I'm like, oh yeah, I recorded that. So it was like in between what I was watching, so I was peeping some of it out, and I'm like, okay, this is pretty exciting. Their quarterbacks, he's a stud.
Maybe I should do that. If I record it on YouTube TV, I can go back and watch it. So
yeah, that's what I did. I was sitting out having a cigar, and then I went to the fourth quarter, and I'm like, all right, and they ended up. They're 5-2 now, I think. So they might be in first place. I don't know.
Coverage next week. I got you.
It's just enough football to, whet your appetite to hold us over till when training camp starts in July. So we'll see.
I can't wait for football season.
Oh, it's the greatest ever, Yeah, this is when this show is really going to be something, a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, that's when we're going to have too much fun. We might need an extra hour.
Yeah, you're doing that by yourself, pal. They're not going to pay us for 3 hours. Not going to happen.
Well, Eric gave me an idea to tell you, though.
Who did?
Eric, but he said our fans might hate us.
Eric, as in Eric Chase?
Eric Chase, yeah.
Is this something on air or off air?
Oh, no. He said until football season, we should take Fridays off.
I'm okay with that.
I don't know. It'll be tough.
I know. Give the people what they want. And look at the ratings. They obviously love Hollywood and the Den Man. So
they're going to have to start calling more on Friday then.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll threaten them. There you go. All right, let's break, and we're going to come back. We got some NHL to talk about. A really cool thing happened on Mother's Day at the Tigers game, even though the Tigers lost. And I didn't know jockeys could get fined.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. Pittsburgh Rick just sent me a story about the jockey who won the Derby who got fined, and it's a pretty good slap on the wrist. So we'll come back with all of that. And maybe a phone call or a text. Who knows, you crazy people. 877-909-1007. Denny Radio Sports and More is on 100.7 The Ticket.
A legend in his own mind. Denny Radio is on 100.7 The Ticket.
Hey everyone, it's AJ from St.
3
Mary's
minutes.
Meats. Did you ever wonder where your meat comes from? Well, St. Mary's Meats
Can
does
Andre-
and cares. With all
Can
of our
we
fresh
talk
and
to
frozen
him
meat
without
selections,
bringing in the
completely, as
gambling?
well as
Can
our
we just
30
get him to
flavors
talk
and
about the
processed
game of
meats
what he
and
thought?
flavors
Because
is
he always
made
puts the gambling.
in-house,
You notice
plus
that?
local beef, lamb, and
Yeah,
hogs.
I
and
mean,
we
we
care
try.
about our quality. We're located just west
I've
of
tried a bunch of times. Tell me your thoughts on the game, and then it's like, well, I told you yesterday. You know what I mean? It's like, just tell me what you saw watching it.
Feeling
You
run
know what I
down?
mean?
Discover Prime IV
we'll
Hydration and
see.
Wellness, Perrysburg, in the shops at River Place. Our IV drips are a fast, effective, holistic way to deliver and absorb 100% of the nutrients straight into your bloodstream. Try the Glow Drip for anti-aging and the Immunity Armor Drip to boost your defenses. Ask about our membership club for exclusive specials. Visit PrimeIVHydration.com or call 419-614-6343. Prime IV
get into the
Hydration and
gambling
Wellness.
portion
Your
of
path
the
to
game.
better health starts here.
With
Say what now?
Progressive, renters can
I said, I
save on
think it's just
protection for
tough
the things
because
that make your place
you get
yours,
into the
even
gambling
things that don't
portion
make
and
sense to
then
everyone.
People
a
always
lot of,
wonder why I don't get
I
rid
think
of
they're
my
saving
guitar
it for
since
their
I never
show,
play.
like
But it's like,
Yeah.
what if I actually end up
But,
taking lessons?
but here's what he
First
doesn't
time for 8
understand. Your
years,
audience
but if I
changes
get
over
rid of
every
it, then
20
why
minutes.
will my New Year's resolution
So
be
you
not
can
to
actually
gamble?
do your whole hour,
So bundle your
and
renters
then
in auto and
repeat
save
it the next
Progressive.
hour and have a whole new audience.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
People don't tune in
Progressive
just
Insurance
at
Company
2
affiliates
and
and
8 till
underwriters.
4. They jump in and out.
Conditions.
So
Life
I think
insurance.
the
Why are
average
you putting it
time
off?
afternoon
Can't
drive,
afford it? Too much
they're doing a
hassle?
lot more than
You
we
don't
are.
need it? There's lots of
Like every
excuses
20
for
minutes.
putting off
So
life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/music. That's ethos.com/music.
30 years ago, a golf course opened which is now the hidden gem in Ottawa Lake, Michigan, known as Crooked Creek. Crooked Creek Golf Course is honoring that legacy. And to celebrate, now through May 22nd, Monday through Friday, you can play 18 holes with cart. You also get a hot dog and a beverage.
I think this
off
is
the
the wrong
approved
spot.
beverage list for
This
just
spot is
30
wrong.
bucks. And on the weekend, same deal, just 35 bucks. Tee times required. Now, Crooked Creek is arguably the most improved public course year
number
after
on
year.
this?
You got to see the changes this year. The greens are getting faster and rolling nice.
30-30.
And while you're there, try one of Crooked Creek's signature drinks, like the Lost Ball, the Crooked
What's the
Creek
number again?
Lemonade, or grab
30-30.
a premium cigar in the clubhouse walk-in humidor. Crooked Creek,
30-30.
located just east of Exit 5 in US 23 in Ottawa Lake, Michigan.
Yes, sir.
Visit crookedcreek.com. That's crookedcreek.com.
Denny Schaefer.
Awesome!
He's an idiot.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
Welcome back, boys and girls. Thanks for tuning by, and hopefully, you're enjoying the show. Oh, wait a second here. Ran today on my show. There you go. I had to send an email to somebody. Let's see, Heather. Let's put her on this too. And there you go. Yeah, I'm always on duty, man. You just never know when I got to do something. So, there you go. All right, here's something I didn't know. Jockeys can get fined. I thought, maybe if jockeys inject drugs or something in the horse to go faster or whatever. But are you aware, Junior Alvarado, who rode Sovereignty to victory in last weekend's Derby, fined $62,000, suspended 2 racing days because he struck the horse more times than is allowed. Alvarado whipped the Bay Colt 8 times during the race, above the maximum 6 that are allowed by the Horse Racing Integrity and Safety Authority. Had he used the riding crop 10 times during the race, he would have been disqualified.
Oh, wow.
So do you think that he is counting every time he smacks?
Oh, yeah. I feel like they have to now. If it's that small of a gap, yeah, you can't just.
Alvarado will also be suspended 2 races in Kentucky on May 29th, May 30th. The fine and length of the suspension were doubled because it's a second offense in a 180-day period.
Oh, he's a whipper.
He is. Well, Yeah, I guess that's cruelty to the animal. Kind of isn't the whole thing, you know, when you think about it.
Yeah. A little motivation. Maybe one was a love tap.
Yeah, you never know how hard you hit the horse. Anyway. All right, there you go, people. There's something you may not have known, but now you do. So thank goodness you tuned by the show. All right, NHL, the Dallas Stars beat top-seeded Winnipeg 5-2 yesterday. They're up 2-1, second round of the Western Conference Series. Game 4 is Tuesday night in Dallas. Panthers over my Maple Leafs. What the hell is going on with the Maple Leafs? Yeah, Florida beat Toronto in Game 4. That series is now tied 2-2. It's like the Maple Leafs, they're up 2-0, and then all of a sudden they just start choking. I just don't get it. Game 5 is Wednesday night in Toronto. That series, like I said, tied 2-2. Tonight, you want to watch hockey? Here's what you got. 7 o'clock, Washington Capitals at the Carolina Hurricanes. Hurricanes are up 2-1. You can watch that on TNT, True TV. 9:30, your Vegas Golden Knights and the Edmonton Oilers.
Yeah, that was a good game Saturday night. That was a really good game Saturday, but I think
Saturday night, Vegas scored with 0.4 seconds to go. 0.4 seconds to go in the game, and they win 4-3.
I was the only person in the club excited. Nobody else was watching hockey.
That's funny.
It was a great game, though.
Did you cheer when they scored and they won?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, man, I really like Vegas. I don't know why. I feel like when you don't have anybody to root for, it's like, what are you watching sports for? Pick a team, man. Come on. Pick a side.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you don't like hockey, I mean, I love hockey. If there was a Game 7 tonight, guess what? Denman wouldn't be playing golf today. Denman would have worked an angle, and I'd be at the Huntington Center because Game 7, I don't care what the sport is, there is nothing like it, man. It's like, who can handle the pressure?
Pickleball? Game 7?
Pickleball, Game 7. Hell yes. By the way, where was I? I drove by a pickleball court, and they were playing singles. Yeah. And I was kind of peeping around. I'm like, oh, man, I ain't playing. Oh, I know what it was. We went to a park that's not far from our neighborhood, and there's a pickleball court there. And a couple of young people were out there playing, but they were playing singles. And I'm like, ooh, that's way too much moving for me and my bad knees. I got to do the doubles where you just stand there and you got a partner, and all you kind of do. It's kind of like ping pong. You just kind of bob and weave, The problem is you're going to try to react like you used to be able to react to in your 20s, and you're going to tear up a knee or an ankle or something. You watch. But, yeah, pickleball, Game 7. Hell, yeah. I'd be all over that.
I'm glad we didn't go to a Game 7. I'm so happy the Walleye did.
Yeah, me too. I mean, now they got to figure out, what the heck they're going to do with Kansas City, because they're a really good team. So there you go. All right, we're gonna we're not gonna break just yet. We are gonna break here coming up, but I wanna give you some Pope fun facts. Because he is from Chicago. We know that, and we know that he's a White Sox fan. Pope Leo XIV. There's 1.4 billion strong in the Catholic Church. That's a lot. That's got to be a lot of pressure on that dude. You know what I mean? Because he's the head man. Anyway, the new Pope, a lot of information's coming out about his background, his hobbies, his life in general. Chicago-born Augustinian missionary Robert Prevost, elected last week, Thursday, first American Pope in 2,000 years. Leo's 69 years old, and a very Chicago question, which we talked about last week. Cubs or White Sox fan? Of course, Cubs fans are arrogant, saying, oh, he's a Cubby. Wrong. His brother's like, no. His brother John says, no, White Sox fan. So he set the record straight. When he has the time, the Pope will pick up a tennis racket. He plays tennis. So that leads me to believe at some time when he gets older, because he's only 69, he's probably going to switch over to pickleball. The Pontiff playing pickleball. I like it. He said, I consider myself quite the amateur tennis player, he said back in 2023 when he was interviewed. As an undergraduate, Leo studied math at Villanova University. He graduated in 1977. He had a Bachelor of Science in Mathematics. And you know what else he loves? Word puzzles. He regularly talks to his brother by phone, John, and they discuss everything from politics to religion, and they play the day's Wordle. Remember when Wordle came out and everybody was losing their mind playing Wordle?
Wordle.
I would cheat. We were doing it on the air, and I would cheat. I would bring up a different browser. I'd bring up, I'd bring up like Chrome, and I'd try it, and then you get hammered. And then I would bring up Firefox, and I would do it again. Oh, look at that. Once I knew what it was, and then I bring up another browser, and I'm like, look at that, got it first try. Because I'm competitive. I mean, with Mother's Day being Sunday, we talked about it on our podcast on Friday. I do a podcast with my wife, right? It's pretty popular.
Yeah, big deal.
Denny and Sharon do a podcast. If you go to Denny Radio on Facebook, you'll see it. You'll see today's. Today's was real good. Anyway, we were talking about, and I forgot this, one of the traits that I got from my mom more than my dad is my competitiveness. My mom was an athlete. She did not like to lose. She would root for the underdog, though, when we would watch games, which annoyed the crap out of me, especially when it's the Lions or whatever. Oh, I just want a good game. I want the Lions to win, but, I feel bad for the other team. I'm like, no, Mom, we don't feel bad for the other team. We want them to stink.
No,
yeah, I know.
16. Nobody felt bad for us.
Yeah, exactly. So I got my competitiveness from my mom because, I like to win. Anyway, Pope Leo now has his own playing card, Topps trading card. So he's got like his own baseball card.
So they gave him one.
Yep. The card features a picture of the Pontiff when he greeted the crowd at St. Pete's Square for the first time. And then some orders, you'll receive special variant editions, including a white smoke image behind him of the card. And only 267 cards are being made because he's the 267th Pope, I guess. Now, this surprised me, unless it was wrong. They're only selling them for $8.99, as in $8.99. Could you imagine how much that would be worth?
Yeah, I'm going to see
if you could get him to sign it.
How do you get it?
You got to order it through Topps Trading Cards, I believe. But could you imagine if you knew his brother and you could get his brother to sign it, Yeah.
The card looks kind of cool.
It does look cool. It's a cool looking card. I mean, not everybody has a Topps Trading Card, okay? Yeah. I don't know if any other popes did, but the Pope's got one. That's kind of cool. And he's a sports fan, so that's even cooler. Anyway,
that's
and
probably
then,
worth money one day.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Sold out already.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only $8.99. So there you go. I'm sure you can go up and you can buy it for $300 because this is what these evil dopes do online. They buy them all up with bots and then they sell them for 50 times what It's the evil. It's the evil part of the world I don't like. Anyway, and then there's a house outside of Chicago in Dalton, Illinois. Real estate prices have jumped for a lot of reasons: location, the market, even a shiny new kitchen. But one humble house in Chicago could have sticker shock thanks to being the childhood home of the first American Pope. They're calling it a papal price bump. Oh, these people. Moments after white smoke emerged from the chimney of the Sistine Chapel to signal a new pope, the price went up on a modest brick house in Dalton, 30 minutes south of downtown Chicago. They don't know how much yet. It was originally being sold, according to Steve Budzik. He's a real estate broker. Him and the owner had it listed for $199,000, and it's tiny. It's not a very big house.
They wanted $199 to begin with for that.
Yeah.
That's a tiny home.
It's a tiny home. And so they pulled it off, and now they're not sure what they're going to do. They're not sure when the Pope lived there, but the home was owned by their father from 1955 to the 90s. So he had to live to 96. So he had to live there at some point.
Yeah, but you shouldn't have renovated it. You had to leave it as is.
Well, I don't think they knew that it was the Pope's house till after the seller said they found out when a news station called and said, do you realize that that's the Pope's childhood home? They didn't even know. A TV station told them, and they pulled it off, and they're considering returning the home to the original floor plan because it's been renovated. So he said he'd like to get the input from the Pope's older brother who lives nearby. So that dude, the Pope's brother is going to be a rock star.
Oh, that's the one who's going to make the money for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, why wouldn't he? I think what's his name? Steve, I think. I don't know. You got to watch.
Are those prayers different when your brother's the Pope? Like,
I don't know. You get a special access to the Lord when your brother's the Pope. I don't know.
I'm going through it right now. I need
yeah, exactly. Hey, Lord, you know my brother's the Pope. How about help me out? My wife's nagging the crap out of me, and all I want to do is go play golf. Come on, help a brother out. Anyway. All right, there you go, people. There's our little Pope chat today. I thought all of that was very interesting. And, of course, people, the greed, you know, and the Lord's not going to honor that because, you know, the love of money is the root of all evil. And if you're taking it off and now you're going to probably jack it up 3 and 4 and 5 times, I don't know.
If it was 200, they probably want at least 350, 400,000 now.
Well, if they restore it back to the Pope's original, you know, childhood home, I bet you they're going to want $500,000. And it's tiny. It's only like 2-bedroom.
Make it a museum.
How about that? Make money off it. There you go. Yeah. That'd be cool. All right, coming back, something really cool happened at the Tigers game, and it wasn't that they won. So we're going to tell you about that. It was Mother's Day. So we'll come back with that right after this on 100.7 The Ticket.
He puts the FU in fun. Denny Radio, sports and more on 100.7 The Ticket.
Why'd I go to the doctor? My heart would race just taking my son to practice.
For a minute.
It didn't feel
right.
right.
I got to run upstairs.
So I got checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
At Progressive, we understand the bond you have with your boat. It's why people name theirs.
I was pretty hungry and looking at a menu when I named my boat Change Your Tuna. The backup names were Trick or Trout, I Salmonly Swear, and, oh, it gets worse, New Squid on the Block. It wasn't my best day.
Whatever you call your boat, protect it. And start with a quote from Progressive, America's #1 boat insurer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. #1 rating based on boat market share data from ratefilings.com.
Hi, it's Mookie. Searching for the perfect diamond is about more than just the cut, clarity, and carat, and that's where Northwood Jewelers is here to help. If it's an earth mined or lab-grown diamond, Northwood Jewelers is your go-to jewelry destination with 3 generations of expertise, from beautiful rings, stunning necklaces, permanent jewelry, or even their collection of birthstones. Visit Northwood Jewelers, 4612 Woodville Road, online at northwoodjeweler.com. Northwood Jewelers, service before, during, and after the sale.
Looking for a fun night out that sparks your creativity? Head to Board and Brush, where DIY meets wine and good times. Choose your project from personalized wood signs and trays to doormats and more. Perfect for bridal showers, team building, birthdays, or just a fun night out with your friends. Book a workshop, grab a drink, and create something amazing. No time to attend? You can order a custom project that will be made for you. Visit Board and Brush Creative Studio or book at boardandbrush.com/Sylvania and let the fun begin.
30 years ago, a golf course opened, which is now the hidden gem in Ottawa Lake, Michigan, known as Crooked Creek. Crooked Creek Golf Course is honoring that legacy. And to celebrate, now through May 22nd, Monday through Friday, you can play 18 holes with cart. You also get a hot dog and a beverage off the approved beverage list for just $30. And on the weekend, same deal, just $35. Tee times required. Now, Crooked Creek is arguably the most improved public course year after year. You've got to see the changes this year. The greens are getting faster and rolling nice. And while you're there, try one of Crooked Creek's signature drinks, like the Lost Ball, the Crooked Creek Lemonade, or grab a premium cigar in the clubhouse walk-in humidor. Crooked Creek, located just east of Exit 5 and US 23 in Ottawa Lake, Michigan. Visit crookedcreek.com. That's crookedcreek.com.
For 20 years, Kissling, Nestico, and Reddick has represented Ohioans in every county across our state. With thousands of reviews, the numbers speak for themselves. This is just the beginning of our story. Hurt in a car? Call KNR.
For an array of classic and creative pizzas, visit Pizza Cat, now with 2 locations in Toledo, one on Monroe Street and one on McCord. You can build your pizza as weird as you want it. To place an order and earn perks towards future orders, go to pizzacat.com. Pizza Cat, keep pizza weird.
No cats have ever been harmed in the making of this pizza. ESPN 100.7 right now, traffic.
From the Links Concrete Coatings Traffic Center, we'll prove an accident in Arlington right near UTMC. And we've got slow going 475 westbound between Douglas and Monroe. That's your Cumulus Toledo right now traffic.
This is Toledo's home for hoops. ESPN 100.7 The Ticket.
Denny Schaefer.
Can I take your gerbil?
He's an idiot.
Denny Radio, sports and more on 100.7 The Ticket.
All right, we got about 25 more minutes to go before we hand it off to Black and White Sports, Andre of the Savages, who will be joining us here coming up before that time. All right, let's see. Texts are clear. We're good there. We got a whopping 2 people watching us. What's that?
Outfit, a wardrobe change?
I pulled on my Michigan pullover because it's kind of breezy out there. It's 70, so I'm be a little chilly. Okay. You know, you get on the golf course and, you know, it can get a little breezy. And at my age, I could catch a cold and that could be it, you know? No, I'd rather, you know, play with long sleeves on unless I'm too hot, because then you don't have to spray and all that with all because look how red my forehead is. We sat on, you know, Sharon and I
have that problem, Denny. I don't.
Dude, you can get sunburned, don't you? Don't you can't get skin cancer, pal. I'm telling you, you can.
Anyway, sunscreen maybe twice. My head, I got that.
Your head. Yeah. This red on my forehead is from yesterday, and it hurts when you touch it. We were sitting out yesterday, waiting for the kids to come over. Probably an hour sitting out there. It was pretty breezy. It was nice. We were just chit-chatting, you know, and turns out that it was a really smart move on my part, because Sharon says, isn't there any sports on? I said, well, yeah, there's a golf tournament, and the Tigers are on, and there's an NBA game on. She goes, why aren't you in there watching it? I said, I'm just hanging out here with you. It's Mother's Day, just chilling. She was having a White Claw, and I was just sitting there having a water, and we were just kind of chilling. And then she mentioned it later on, how nice that was, instead of me going in. So brownie points.
Thoughtful. Very thoughtful.
Brownie points. So anyway, the Tigers were getting killed anyway, so what does it matter? So speaking of the Tigers, yeah.
Eat him up, Tigers. Eat him up. 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 Let's eat him up.
Yeah, well, first off, it wasn't a good day yesterday. The Phillies beat the Guardians 3-0 Sunday night. Guardians in Milwaukee have 3-game series opening up Cleveland tonight, starting at 6:10. But the Tigers, I think they lost 2 out of 3 to Texas, I believe. They've lost 2 in a row
this weekend, but everything worked out. So
yeah, they're still in first place in their division, which is fine. And tonight we got Jackson Jobe 2-0. Hopefully he lasts longer than I think he pitched 3 innings last time and he got bounced out of there.
Yeah, it was.
He starts the opener of a 3-game home series against Boston. That's tonight at 6:40.
The Red Sox.
Yeah, I don't like them. I don't like Boston. I don't like a lot of things Boston. I mean, I still hate the Celtics from McHale and Bird and all that. I'm
not a fan of Boston at all. I'm just
me neither. Patriots, I don't like them.
Yeah.
No, don't like them. I'm glad that their franchise is struggling since, you know, the Golden Boy left. I love that. But here's something that's really cool that happened on Mother's Day. I mean, how does this kind of stuff happen? You know, how does it happen? Josh Young, who plays for the Texas Rangers, he gets a homer on Mother's Day. Okay? His mom was there. You know who else was there? His brother, who plays for the Tigers. They both play third base. His brother Jace is on the Tigers. They're both third basemen. Jason Josh. Anyway, his home run was the first by a player facing his brother's team on Mother's Day since it first became a national holiday in 1914. So it was historic. Their mother like I said, was there. She walked out with the game ball to the mound before the game.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because, Tigers and, son's on the Tigers. And then what happens? The son from the visiting team gets the last laugh and jacks it out. As a brother, you are not going to live that one down ever. Every Mother's Day from now until you die, Josh owns brother Jace.
Yeah, I gave her the best present ever.
Yeah. Anyway, we got some audio. Let's see. Here's the call, and then Mom and Josh talking about it.
And a swing, and that's a drive left field. It is gone!
Happy Mother's Day. Mrs. Young in attendance and sees older son Josh Young go deep to left field. Standing ovation from the family members behind home plate, and that has to feel great.
I mean, my heart is just exploding. I mean, I couldn't ask for a better Mother's Day gift to watch them live their dream, do what they love to do. Like, I couldn't be more proud.
It was pretty cool to have the whole family in the ballpark. Us playing against each other. Hit a homer was awesome.
Yeah, why didn't they talk to Jace? Because I bet you he was pretty ticked off.
Yeah, my heart would have been broken.
Yeah, mine too. It's like, for the rest of your life, he's got the upper hand, man.
6-1, too. It was ugly.
Yeah, it was ugly. All right, Reds, Houston Astros 6-0 over the Cincinnati Reds on Sunday. The Reds are off tonight.
What's going on with the Reds? Are they okay?
No, they've been stinking as of late. I don't know what's going on. They started out pretty good, and now they're El Succo.
7 out of their last 10.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. But hopefully they'll right the ship at some point. And Mud Ends.
Oh, how we love that Hens. Oh, how we love that Hens.
We do, even when they lose. Iowa beat the Hens 3-1. The series finale up next. Toledo's on the road. 6 games at Scranton, rather. They're playing Scranton Wilkes-Barre. It's only time they're going to play the Rail Riders. First game is 6:05 on Tuesday, so the Hens are off tonight. So they're on the road
for
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. So
they'll be back for the next 2 weeks, and that's when your lovely Hens and Hounds Tuesdays will be too. So.
I bet that's a lot of fun going in there and all those dogs. You know what I mean?
Dogs?
But dogs are awesome. I like other people's dogs. I'd never get a dog, but I like other people's dogs. Okay. Because dogs are high maintenance. And, I don't have that personality. I'm too selfish. Our cats are pretty much, except for the diabetic one, they're pretty much keep to themselves. It's like,
They're going to be so sad when that one kicks the can.
Shemmy. He's named Shem for Bo Schembechler.
Oh, that's cool.
Because we got him right when Bo died.
Oh, wow.
So I named him Shem. So anyway, or after Schembechler. It was a few years after. Hey, NASCAR, because, we are your NASCAR station. 100.7 the ticket. Kyle Larson, most of the drama didn't happen. Second straight spring victory at Kansas Speedway on Sunday. Larson led 221 of the 267 laps, winning both stages and cruising to his third NASCAR Cup Series win. That had to be boring, right? If he's leading the entire time. 221 laps out of 267. That's a domination right there. Up next, the All-Star race next Sunday at North Wilkes-Barre. I'm assuming that's in the Carolinas or somewhere. I don't know. I don't follow NASCAR. I just like, I want to give the NASCAR people their love because the people that are really into NASCAR, they're really into NASCAR. And, they might turn over and hear us go, oh, look at that. Schaefer's going to.
That's in North Carolina.
Is that where it is?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. I just looked at my sheet, and that is every bit of my show prep for the sports part. And the only other on the more part that I didn't do, and I'm going to do that story now, and then we're going to break and talk to Andre. If you're stressed out, Chris, this is like a health news segment. People, if you're stressed out, start sleeping with a teddy bear. CNN talked to a bunch of experts, and they think more adults should be sleeping with stuffed animals. We tend to think of it as just something for kids. Nope. They say grown-ups can benefit for the exact same reason. Hugging something soft is just comforting. Well, yeah, try that when you're married and see how far that gets you. What are you doing? I just wanted a little hug. Anyway, it can help if you tend to lie in bed and you're feeling stressed at night. It'll help you sleep, especially if you start associating it with sleep. One expert said that it's a lot better than relying on sleeping pills or a glass of wine before you go to bed. There you go.
What about like a body pillow?
Yeah, some people use those. When Sharon was preggo, she had a body pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she was quite large, with the babies. Josh was, I think Josh was over 10 pounds. I mean, he was a big one. Or maybe it was Olivia. One of them was huge. I don't remember who it was. So, dude, I was 10 pounds when I was born.
9 pounds, 7 ounces.
Yeah. I think I was pushing 11 pounds. And my mom had 6 kids, and I was number 4 of 6, and I was the hardest of all. It's because I was, it's friggin' huge. Anyway. All right, there you go. Coming back, our parting thoughts. We'll have Andre join us next on 100.7 The Ticket.
Denny Schaefer is Denny Radio on 100.7 The Ticket.
Got a new ride or want to keep your used car looking new? At Precision Auto Detailing, we bring back that showroom shine. Visit the station site today for your sweet deal. Spend $50, get $100. Located in Bedford and West Toledo, it's Precision Auto Detailing.
5 minutes.
Hey everyone,
All
it's
right,
AJ
sir.
from St. Mary's Meats. Did you ever wonder where your meat comes from? Well, St. Mary's Meats does and cares. With all of our fresh and frozen meat selections cut weekly, as well as our 33 flavors of brats and 19 flavors of snack sticks made in-house, plus getting local beef, lamb, and hogs in, we care about our quality. We're located just west of Secord Metro Park. Check St. Mary's Meats out on Facebook, and remember, we're killing it and you're grilling it.
Hi, I'm Abigail Mann.
And I'm Jeff Mann, and we'd like to welcome you and invite you to Jeffrey Mann Fine Jewelers.
We've just created a beautiful new man-made collection of colored diamonds featuring vibrant colors of pinks, blues, and yellows. You need to stop in and see it for yourself.
So if you're shopping for a birthday, an anniversary, or just because, and maybe you're looking for that beautiful, breathtaking piece of jewelry, we have it here at Jeffrey Mann Fine Jewelers.
One of the values that I bring as a graduate gemologist is expertise. I can help you find exactly what you're looking for.
With man-made diamonds, we make dreams come true.
Man-made diamonds are 100% real diamonds. Man-made diamonds are available exclusively at Jeffrey Mann Fine Jewelers.
Jeffrey Mann Fine Jewelers, 5247 Monroe Street in Toledo. JeffreyMannFineJewelers.com.
This hour is brought to you by Dunn Chevy. Not everyone knows, but Chevy has it all. We have the largest line of SUVs. Our pickups cover all the bases, and the hottest sports car on the planet, the C8 Corvette. Find yours at DunnChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Toledo, mark your calendars. Family Day at the Greater Toledo Classic is on Sunday, July 27th at Highland Meadows Golf Club. Thanks to Erie Home, families get in free. That's free admission, free parking, and buy one, get one free hot dogs. Make memories with the whole family this summer and watch, for the first time ever, 2 champions crowned after the final round. Don't miss out. Head to ToledoClassic.com for all the details. Family Day, presented by Erie Home, Sunday, July 27th at the Greater Toledo Classic.
Save money on your mobile phone bill. Introducing Max Mobile, Buckeye Broadband's new mobile phone service. Max Mobile brings you reliable, unlimited talk and text. All you bring is your current phone, with plans starting as low as $29.99 per month per line, and 24/7 local customer service. Max Mobile is the smart choice. Switch to Max Mobile now and get a $100 e-gift card. Switching is easy. Just call 419-828-0200 or stop into one of our Brainiacs Tech Hubs to get signed up.
You into some metal? Well, good news. Online Metals is right here in Toledo. They're a giant super center for metals with steel, copper, aluminum, and more. They've got big saws with huge pieces of metal in stock, which they'll cut to your exact size. Their metal is new and high grade, all of it from top-tier mills. To order, go to onlinemetals.com and pick up your order the next day. Cuts and metal certifications are free, and you don't even have to tip. Onlinemetals.com, your Toledo Metal Super Center.
Kimber Days are coming to Finn May 15th through the 17th. Kimber reps will be in Canton May 15th, Middleburg Heights May 16th, and Ashland May 17th. During this event, get free Kimber swag and save 10% on all Kimber firearms. Discount applies through May 30th. Get the Kimber Micro 9 RTC or Rosewood 9mm, $529 each. 1911 stainless LW45 ACP, $679.99. The stainless 2 high polished 38 Super, $949.99. Get your Kimber at the Finn and save.
Did you know Heather Downs Country Club is open to the public? It's not a private club. It's open to everyone. Heather Downs Country Club is a historic public golf course that's been a big part of Toledo for 100 years. New, improved, and under new ownership. Are you planning a golf outing? Heather Downs Country Club is the place. Perfect for fundraisers or memorials for someone who's passed on. Simply call 419-720-3394. 419-720-3394. Heather Downs Country Club.
Most people already know about the Polish Ostrich's delicious food specials, happy hour, and power hour. And never forget about all of our eventful nights. Now we're introducing the Polish Ostrich's Ladies' Nights, a.k.a. Wild Women Wednesdays. Ladies will have discounted drinks all night, $6 beer bucket specials for everyone, food specials, and of course, one of our house DJs from 9:30 to 1:30 every Wednesday all summer long. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram. What are you waiting for? The Polish Ostrich, 944 Phillips Avenue, Toledo.
The Denny Schaefer Show.
My home for sports.
On 100.7 The Ticket.
All right, about time for us to get the heck out of here. DennyRadio Sports and More, brought to you by St. Mary's Meats, the place to go for local fresh cut meat. Nobody beats AJ's Meat. All right, let's bring him in. We got a couple of minutes. Black and White Sports, Andre of the Savages. Andre, good afternoon. Welcome to another beautiful broadcast day. How are you?
That's right. A little better every day. Gentlemen, how are you guys?
Excellent, excellent. What's up, Gray?
Weekend. How was the Mother's Day thing for everyone?
It was good.
Everybody's okay, wonderful.
Oh, yeah. It was good. Yeah. Chris went to a jazz club with his mom.
Yeah.
Nice.
And his grandma.
Yeah.
Awesome. And we went to Forest View because, we had sweet deals. So we went to Forest View. Sweet deals. Anyway, and last night, of course, and I've been watching NBA basketball since, probably well over 50 years in my life. 50 years, okay? Because I'm old, okay? And I've never seen a horrible display of professional basketball like I saw last night when Cleveland was attempting to be an NBA team and just how bad it was, being down by 41 freaking points. I mean, what do you make of that, Andre? And people that are gambling, they got to be losing their freaking minds. Give me your.
They might be. The ones that can't accept what I'm trying to help with around here, and this is unfortunate that I'm going to have to try to figure out how to make it make sense when they show up with the game 5 deal. First of all, the setup is the Donovan Mitchell. That's the first part with the. Right. That felt funky. And see, people have to understand, for those of you who might just be getting this, I'm speaking from a voice of, I see this from the people who are betting, but even a different, watch this, Denny, a view than those guys too, because they get caught up in some of the not catching the acting. I'm gonna use the word acting. I know that's the best way I can put it for now, because again, you have to have Denny feeling like he's feeling like, what? This is ridiculous. I saw the Cavs, but you guys are so you guys are going to dismiss the logic of sitting there for 4 months, watching them win 1 million games, look impressive, and watch this. Doesn't matter, because here it comes. I hope they give you the game time decision. I'm going to tell you this right now. If Donovan Mitchell doesn't play, I'm betting the house on the Cavs money line. I don't need a point. I don't need none of that. I need the game time score. That's what it was, so I could come on Denny the next day and sit here and not talk and let Chris talk. I'm going to fold my arms and stare at the camera. The radio people, sorry, not going to say anything, but I hope he doesn't play. If he plays, they're still going to win the game, because people are going to be in this mode of, like you, like, how could they be 40 points and then they come in here and then they beat the Pacers like they're punks? Buckle up.
I tried to tell y'all
saying, wait a minute, did he just say that with or without Donovan Mitchell, Cleveland wins on Tuesday? Is that what I just heard, Chris?
I promise, if it's no Mitchell, then I'm swearing on it, because then we'll go to the fact that the Cavs have never lost without when he doesn't play. Then there's that part. They haven't lost when he doesn't play.
Did you ever say why you were right from Friday? Did you ever say that on the air?
I called this for you guys. I said Friday night, Cavs win. Sunday, Indy. Monday, it will be 3-1.
Okay.
And watch this too, Denny. Watch this. Let's just go real far because I know we got to roll. But the Golden State. Now, I expect Golden State. First of all, we're gonna pop and lock what we say on our show. It's a cover. The Warriors, even if they lose, they cover. But I expect them. They could lose because Steph coming in the 3-1 is very good for TV. When you do that, if they're 3, but 2-2's fine, but I think it's a better sell if they're 3-1. So a lot of people betting, you were asking me, this is what the better will do. They're going to immediately assume here comes Golden State with the big push. They're at home. They're going to explode. Yeah, they will. I'd bet them in the first quarter, first half, but then late, Ant-Man will do a thing or they'll have something that Nas Reed or some foolishness, and then bam, they get it off. And then now we're going back to Minnesota. Dead to rights. Is it Steph? No Steph? What is it?
Why you got to do Nas Reed?
Come on, man.
That's awesome.
Well, buckle up, Danny. I just do this for you. This is only for your people. We don't
appreciate that. I do. We'll be listening. I will be on the way to the golf course. Stick around, people. Black and White Sports. Andre the Savage is coming up next tomorrow. I don't know what we're doing. We're going to have a lot of fun, cover all the sports of the day. Chris, great job today. I'm so glad you're feeling better. So thank you. Let's get out of here. All right, till next time, this is Denny Schaefer saying, do what you love is freedom. Loving what you do, that's happiness. Keep dreaming and love the one who loves you most. See ya, Toledo.